Hey everybody, Beardo Dude back with another episode of Stoneshard Permadeath with the Bolt Thrower update, and today we are doing another playthrough of the Mannshire quest, this time with the Elven Garment. It took me about 3 or 4 hours of grave digging. Found everything from the pig-faced bassinet to every other second tier item, but finally got it, so we'll see how it stacks up. Alright guys, I cannot believe I did this, but the next few episodes I actually recorded with no audio. Somehow the video is rendered with no audio. I am going to be commenting after the fact, so it might be a little bit interesting. And then of course you're hearing the background music just to kind of fill in. Something went wrong with my OBS when I was doing all that grave digging. I guess I turned my mic off. I think one of my kids was like playing with it, so I just turned it off. But yeah, so we went ahead and ran the 3 dungeons here. Had a decent start here with the chest in the first room, the double bongs. The Elven Garment is definitely proving to be, so far through my playthroughs, very good. It's definitely a good choice. Aside from the couple bonus points in dodge that we got from changing from the leather vest, we also get the bonus to offhand efficiency. It was like accuracy, something else, but it's definitely worth it. And I wanted to do the build right for you guys, everybody that's watching. I was like, how could I finish this build out if I didn't actually have the proper dual wielding gear? So yeah, those guys always seem to have really high dodge, but we took them out pretty fast, not losing very much health. I think our dodge is up to like 64%, maybe higher at this point. This guy's always annoying. He's not casting anything on me. He did the one move on me, but gotta get out of the way for the blood golem. He's gonna mess us up. So we'll keep going, breaking stuff open. Actually, when I first did my videos, I recorded the commentary after, which is like a huge pain if you've done this before. So imagine you play for an hour and then you're gonna comment over it for an hour, and yeah, I don't have the I just don't have the time or the stamina to do it, and it's a lot easier to do it while I'm playing, as opposed to after the fact. So we're just continuing on, going through all the torture devices, getting high crits in the hundreds, sometimes higher. So axe and dual wield are probably one of the best combos. I'm sure swords and others can be fun as well, but I just super enjoyed doing axes with dual wield. And we're basically trying to get a last level or so. We can get I think we're gonna try to shoot for deflect, because I had watched, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen him, Ghoul 160, his dual wield run, he actually he only had 7 points in dual wield. He just took the tree down. I can't remember, I think he got Berserker Tradition. He might have skipped it, but he basically went all the way down to the right to get concentration and dual wield training. I'm pretty sure he got Berserker Tradition, and then he like me, he saved scum for the Elven vest, but he did double swords. He actually got Elven sabers, which would have taken even longer than what I did, unless he just had really good RNG. When I was doing the grave robbing, I ended up getting just about everything but the Elven Garment, and after about 3 nights I was about to give up because I wasn't recording. Well, I was recording to show you guys the aftermath of finding it. And then I'm also planning on doing grave robbing tips, beginner tips, beginner advice type video, looking at the roles and how basically grave robbing works, just talking about the mechanics of it. And the second part to the save file video is coming probably in the next few days or so. I'm shooting for a Thursday release. I already have most of it mapped out, pretty much just covering the remaining stuff that we haven't really gone over. So I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. I'm not gonna give too many spoilers on what's in the video. Just keep an eye out for it. It should be on Thursday. Then we'll do the grave tip video next Thursday, and then we'll kind of play it from there. I'm gonna continue to do the Stoneshard Let's Plays. I'm gonna have a pretty good one starting at the end of the week that you guys will definitely like. And then we'll try to keep it going through Way Forward. I'll probably still mix in some other games and stuff in the meantime, but seeing as Way Forward's still about a month and a half out, if not longer, might be 2 months, kind of have to play it by ear. But so far I gotten some decent loot here, and as you can see, I got dodge chance on top of the 5% that you get from the Elven Garment. With the leather vest, I had +7 and then +3. So with the Elven Garment, so it was 10. So the Elven Garment has 8, but I get the Berserker Tradition bonus of having +4. So I netted 2 points of dodge, plus the other pieces that go along with Berserker Tradition are pretty helpful. So, and we're going to take this build all the way to the troll. I recorded already. I did not get the audio on it, just like this one. So I'm going to be commentating over that one as well. And we'll basically see how it goes. This is definitely the first time I've done this. Most of the time, if I have issues, it's the computer's had too much running on it, so then it has issues. But yeah, it's still forgetting to use detect trap. I don't know. I just don't think about the traps until I actually get hit by them. That's the main reason why I don't use it. I could use it more, and I've definitely watched playthroughs, Thyrix and other people that use it pretty frequently. And I was going to put points in perception, which was pretty dumb. I really should have just kept all my points into agility to try to max out as high as possible. I think at this point, though, I'm pushing close to 70. If I do defensive stance, it's definitely past 70. And yeah, so you got the level, got 1 level. I think I'm still going for another level after this, though. I forget what skill. I think that was to get No Mercy, just to kind of put the kibosh on the troll when we're fighting him. And then I was just taking a look, because they're glowing, so I was like, I don't know how many times I've seen them glow, but I think it's some kind of ability that they have, that maybe that blood vow, where if another vampire dies, then they get like massive boosts. And this guy, like I said, I think that guy's probably one of the more tough, other than that big buff one, because he has good dodge. I just find it harder to hit him, especially dual wield, compared to all the, like the crazy chick that screams at you, or the guy in the stockade. They're a little bit easier to take on. So yeah, we'll keep on through the dungeon here. See who's here. Ah, we found Boss Man. Well, I don't know. I was thinking he has like a backpack or something on. I don't think it's that. He's got like skulls on his back or something. And we're just taking a look. Yeah, dodge chance at 70%. Yeah, 70% with defensive tactics on. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, so Woke Man here, he gets wrecked pretty hard. I think he's probably the easiest of the bosses, even compared to some of the bandit bosses. Like the mage in the final bandit dungeon out of Mannshire is pretty easy, but this guy's definitely a pretty big cakewalk. So just need to do a little bit of inventory management so we can get this dagger back. I need to get the dagger treaties, and then I'm gonna roll on. And I've been wondering too, so I've kind of picked out the next 2 videos that I'm gonna work on. Is there anything that you guys want more info on? I'm still gonna be doing the podcast with Darley. I think by the time this comes out, if not shortly after, part 4 will be out, and that's going to be around athletics and combat mastery. Just kind of compare and contrast like we have been, deciding which one is our favorite between the two, right? Although that is a pretty difficult choice to make. Both are pretty awesome. So yeah, I just need to slip on out of this dungeon, and we'll be moving on to the crypt. Yeah, I'm explaining something here. Trust me. Alright, so here we are, Forgotten Vault. Gonna be looking around, hoping for a hero sarcophagus. Probably not gonna get it. If not, at least get a wraith encounter. Those are always fun. I remember when I first used to encounter them, it always made me jump. Especially the first one I found, because I think I played almost 2 full playthroughs before I ever encountered one. And then the first time I encountered wraiths, I got 3 in the same dungeon, and I think 2 were like back to back, so it was out of nowhere. Totally crazy. Yeah, Bowman. I was talking with, if you guys saw in the comments, I was talking with Sorexis, got his name right this time, about the bows, and I think that they definitely did change something. So now there's not really, you can block, but there's not really a like a wish dodge type effect. But I'm wondering, and eventually I think I'm gonna do some data mining on the code, just because if you're new to the channel, in my day job I'm a programmer. I do programming for like small, medium-sized businesses, creating like business applications and stuff. So nowhere near as fun as building out something like Stoneshard, but I'm curious to decompile the code and then just kind of go peek around and see what's going on in there. And I'm even thinking too, depending on the amount of demand, creating some kind of command show utility to do some of the things that people ask for. You could do one to reset all the graves, could do one to reset your skill points, your attribute points. You could do one for charging enchant scroll. I mean, there's like, I'm sure there's a bunch of utilities that we could use. I think the 2 that pop in my head the most is resetting graves, and then like basically doing a skill reset too. And I'm also, when Way Forward does come out, I am going to spend some time early on comparing, contrasting the save files to see if it would be possible to set up some kind. Oh, we got a wraith. Let's see how he goes. He's a tough mother. Yeah, there we go. He dropped C Pros really good. That's probably one of the best ones that they can drop. I don't know if they can drop diamonds or anything, but sometimes they drop a handful of amber, which is like, I think that's the same price as a gold tooth, so they might as well just drop a gold tooth. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think, what kind of videos you're looking for. I am thinking of doing more of a story-based one, like I did with the Priestly Encounters videos, which if you haven't watched it, It's in my main playlist on the channel. It's game updates, lore, and tips or something like that, tutorials. And I had a lot of fun. Just did like some voice acting and played with animations in the game. So I'm working with a friend of mine on doing a script for Jorgrim and kind of focusing on. Oh, I broke my leg. That's why I had to go back for that splint. For whatever reason, I didn't bring a splint with me. It's pretty boneheaded, but whatever. So yeah, I'm working just to kind of go over dwarven lore and stuff. Here we're just breaking more barrels, because there's a lot on the dwarven lore. If you guys have looked at the Wikipedia, there's a bunch of stuff in the there's a couple of treaties that talk specifically about the dwarves. And then I think there's an article on the Dwarves of Fjall and how there's basically two different factions. Dwarves, how they kind of fell out of favor, and where they're at now. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to team up with a friend of mine to do the voice acting. So that's in process. We're going into I think this is the final. It's just the second level. I think it might just be the second level. So that's in process. Just checking stuff, breaking jars, popping open sarcophagi, tons of bones. Yeah, nothing too fancy or great. Swordman. Probably easier of the sword or of the skeleton bros. But as I'm noticing here, when you chop off the head of a skeleton, he bleeds. But swords can't bleed skeletons. So what's the... I don't know if you guys have noticed that. I mean, I've noticed I've been slicing off a lot of skeleton heads in the last few weeks. But it amazes me because I'm like, why, if there's blood, I mean, I know it's probably just like a graphics thing, or it's not like intentional, but I keep saying here that I give the game 0 out of 10 for immersion problems, because skeletons shouldn't bleed, and if they do bleed, then they should take the bleed effect, because I don't know where the blood is coming from when their heads pop off. But hopefully it's something that they fix when they're doing all this stuff to the enemies. But we'll see. Alright, got a fellow Axeman here. And he's donezo. We're pretty much at the end of the run, because everything on here is... I mean, and we're in the Mannshire dungeons, and I really have no issues with anything in here. We do have a 3rd level, so we're going to go check that out. I really haven't had any issues with anything in here. The other thing too, I was wondering if you guys would be interested. Either I can continue this character and try to get to level 30. I mean, that's a long road. The other thing I'm thinking of doing once I defeat the troll, once I take on the troll, as long as I don't die, I'll upgrade. I might just automatically upgrade him, like give him enough XP. Oh, I hate these guys. It's my least favorite of the skeletons. They always curse you and start throwing. Yeah, see, he broke my chest. I know he broke his chest. Never mind, he didn't break my chest. He can't break mighty Jorgrim's chest. I'm thinking of doing it so I can do a test build, so I could play around with enough for everyone in Whirlwind. Probably get enough to do Warcry as well. So what? Probably like 4 levels. Just advance them 4 levels, and see how he does, basically. I might have skipped over. I'm pretty sure when I leveled, I used that point to get no mercy. Oh, see, and then this guy just popped out of nowhere. I don't know what it is with me and the necromancers. They just don't want to stay put. They always just come looking for me. I guess Jorgrim's just hot stuff with this, the way his beard is shaped. But he doesn't have his skeleton bro. We already broke him pretty good. Legs broken. He's bleeding. He's a hot mess. He's all over the place. Old bald necromancer man. And he's donezo. So we get another potion. And disenchantment scroll, which is disappointing. More like it. And his skeleton bro lags behind. I don't know if you guys have noticed, and I think in the next video this happens too, but there seems to be a bug with resurrection, which I'm not even really complaining about, to be honest. But I've noticed that sometimes when he uses resurrection, it doesn't work. And I don't know if that's intended or if it's a bug, because it looks like the skeleton regenerates and then he completely disappears. So could be intentional, could totally be unintentional. I don't know. But I might so I basically had one more video after this, which is just me running the 4 dungeons again, and then my troll fight. So I might just scrap the Osberg dungeons and just go straight to the troll fight. And I'll probably cut it down just to the fight. I had some commentary at the end. It was going to be less than 20 minutes long. But I'll probably just do my normal troll fight commentary and talk about my tactics and what's going on. It's too bad that I didn't check OBS before I started recording. Otherwise, there's some good stuff in there. The other thing that's really weird is I didn't get any audio from the game either, which is really weird. I really would have thought I should have gotten at least audio from the game. But I think part of it too is, like, with the streaming I have to put the settings one way, and sometimes I turn stuff off. If I'm recording just regular B-roll footage. So I think I just totally ducked it up. But we're gonna run to the Bandit dungeon for Mannshire. So I will be seeing you guys there. Although I'm still here because I'm not actually jump cutting from dungeon to dungeon. I'm still here with you guys. Alright. Oh, not yet. False alarm. I was still talking about something here. I think I covered in this video, I covered most of what I talked about in the in this video and the next video. So that's why I'm comfortable just jumping ahead. Alright, so here we are outside. And of course, like an idiot, we just run in. And now we're kiting 2 guys. One's heavy armor, I think. Yeah, and then the other one's like a dagger fool. And my tactics of like positioning didn't work out very well. But yeah, I just slice them open pretty quick. And then I think this guy gives us problems. He keeps dodging. Well, not dodging, but he kept... Oh, no, it wasn't him. Okay. So he was blocking. He blocked our flurry of blows for the most part. I think it's the second battle. Because I think I pulled in more than just that one pikeman. I think there's actually 2 of them. Yep. So you got maces and pikes. And then he immobilized me. So now this is like worst case position. Definitely got way closer than I would have liked. Just watch. Almost dead. Bleeding. Pain. But he's dead. So. Use the bandage, you idiot. Alright, so. Run off. Run away. We must hide. Shamefully. So yeah, I'm just sitting here healing up, wondering and cursing and talking about how dumb I am and how I approached that battle. Just waiting for it. Come on, man. Come on. I think I wait to get most of the health back. I don't know why I don't use my medical supplies more. I think because I always just have enough food and stuff. I just figure, whatever, man. I'll just sit here and eat. Let my healing efficiency do its thing. Alright. Yeah, eat and drink. Go take on the rest of these idiots. These fools. And I didn't even really use the crossbow at this point. I just wanted to take everybody on because I'm just Jorgrim the elven badass now. See, my crits are crazy. It's typically like 100. It's 105. So once you get in the 100 range, you're close to just cutting them off because they're pretty close to you in that I don't think that that guy was gonna have much more than 100. I don't know what I was waiting for here. Maybe I'm thinking about something. I think I clicked off to look something up. But I don't know. Then we just continue to trigger these guys. There's an interesting bug happens right here with this pikeman. I was pretty surprised. He, oh no, maybe it's not. No, it's the second one. He uses maneuver into this pole where that hanging body is just basically floating above my head. And I don't know if I couldn't attack him, but I think, see, I couldn't attack him at that point, but I waited and then he died. So I don't know if it has something to do with, see, I'm trying to attack and it's not, and then I walked away. So I think him transmogrifying, I don't know if that's a word, becoming one with the pole pretty much ended his life. Alright, and we're waiting for this guy to come in. Just gonna clean up shop. As you can see, it's really it was 85%, 85 crit there. It's hiding behind the bush. I think one of them did have a bow or crossbow. Yeah, so they popped off. I think that's suppression. And he has decent armor for a bowman. Drop some lockpicks. Probably a war crossbow. This seems to be all that they drop. I did notice too, and I hadn't really thought about it before, but all of the archers seem to be holding leaf-shaped arrows, which I thought was a little bit weird. I figured, oh, see, I was an idiot. I switched to crossbow for whatever reason. I figured that they would be using arrows situationally too, but they're all default to just use default weapon type, which I thought was kind of weird. Probably something they need to try to fix. Alright, so we're inside. Gotta get the brigand leader, gotta get the alchemy kit. I think this was the, I don't know what I'm waiting for again. Usually if I'm gonna do a jump cut, I pause the game, and that's how I'm able to tell. And if you guys are new to the channel and you wonder why I do my content so edited like this, rather than most people sit there and they'll just do one dungeon and then they fart around in town and just talk to you and don't really do too much in the episode. The reason I do this, I have 3 small children, so it can be a huge pain to just record one long thing and not have to edit it. I almost always have to edit out some kind of episode or screaming, or they need me for something, or somebody's hurt, or you know, the normal parent things. I don't know how many of you guys are parents. If you are a parent, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Definitely sub. You gotta support us dads out here. So that's the main reason. I also it's fun outlet to do as a hobby, to do the video editing, so I enjoy doing the weekly content as well. There's not too much of it out there as well. There's a few. I think Keej-Chen is, I think it's Keej-Chen. He's pretty good. I'm sure you guys have seen him by now. He's got over 1,000 subs, and he's done a couple edited videos, but I think really it's been I think he just has like a tips video. And then there's another guy. This is the one time I used Detect Trap. I was talking about how impressed you guys should be that I used it. There's another guy, I forget the exact name. It's like Mr. Potato Toe with a TOE. He likes to do videos about the updates and stuff too. I really don't see too many people doing that. Most people are just doing the playthroughs. They're streaming on Twitch. But I like the extra touch and the especially like showing you guys how to edit the save file. It was really easy for me to figure out. As I said in the video, it's the save file is basically the same kind of code that I use at work for transmitting and receiving data, so it's pretty cake to read through it, and then testing it's real easy too, making any changes. Oh, so on to the next one. I think that was still the first floor. I could be wrong. I think we still have 2 more floors to go through. Ooh, he's got to get the big flailing axe, flailing flail, flailing mace. I really, at this point in the game, you really don't need to be breaking open the barrels. Most of the reason I do it is just for the free food. But if you're trying to go for time and you're just looking for the XP, I say completely skip the barrels, especially once you've done the Smith's quest for the iron ingots. Oh yeah, and here I'm looking at the skills. Yeah, I haven't gotten deflect yet. That's the one. That's why I decided that I was gonna do another full run to get deflect, which actually has interesting consequences during the troll fight that I'll go over. But yeah, just the normal, and then we're checking my dodge is up to, keep going, 75. So there's 2 guys, so that means you get +8. So does that put us like 70, 77 dodge without? It's pretty ridiculous. 67. It's pretty ridiculous. I had seen people on Discord talk about having like 40, 45% dodge. And maybe it's just because I'm high level, but I actually a lot of the time too is wasted doing save scumming to get the different enchants. And I guess it's something I was gonna talk about a little bit in the save file video, but you know, I see a lot of complaints online about enchantments, the save system. Oh look, you got Big Bad here. So yeah, final dungeon run that you guys are gonna see. Whoosh, he gave us the big time whoosh, and he bled us, which is a first. This is actually kind of a scary battle. I'll hold my commentary for a moment. We check this out. And I think I have them enough to do execution, I think, but I tried to do the calculation, but I don't think it was enough. Or maybe it is enough. I can't remember. Because he's at 44, so it's like, well, if he had 56% times 3 for the percent damage, but it's not enough. He only did like 10% damage, so. But he's pretty messed up. You can see it broke his leg and his brain is spilling out in the back. I was just checking defensive stance. I hadn't really seen that before, and I was commenting that it looked different than defensive tactic, and that's because it's shield related. Yeah, so I just went to go look at it in the shield tree. I'm playing shield currently on my live stream, and I haven't gotten that far into shields yet. Definitely plan on it. So cleared it out. Little bit scary, not too scary. Toss that disenchant scroll. Got a belt and other doodads. Nothing too crazy, but fun nonetheless. I mean, it does get a little bit tedious later in the game, and obviously this is going to be something that we worry about less when the game gets past being 10 or 15 hours for each run, when they add more content. I imagine even when they add Bryn, which I think that will be part of Way Forward, because if you looked at Way Forward, part of the promise of it is not just dungeon generation and AI, it is new content in the reputation system. I mean, there hasn't been a specific, like, this is what's going to be in there, but I mean, other than we saw some of the drawings for the dungeon generation and the AI, which are cool enough, but a lot of people are like, that's all that's going to be in the update. I'm like, nah, man, I think there's going to be a lot more. But just briefly, what I just feel like people try to take this game too seriously. I mean, it is in early access, and I understand that there is some kind of, I guess you could call it bitterness, in that the Kickstarter started a while ago. It started back in 2018, I think. So a lot of people that, you know, gave to the Kickstarter, they really expected the game to be a lot further than it is. And that's why I generally don't follow Kickstarter. I feel like that's too in front of the game. I typically just go on Steam and look at what's early access, and then I judge from there. Sometimes, you know, you make bad decisions and the game is trash. Sometimes you make good decisions. But when I saw the trailers and stuff for this, I knew it was going to be a pretty big deal. And with everything, you know, with the everything that's going on, it's a good time to get into YouTube. It's something I always wanted to do, but I've just been so busy with life. But my kids are big enough. I'm not in school anymore. Work's kind of died down because of everything that's going on. So definitely have a lot of time to sink into this, and I'm glad that I'm grateful to everybody that subbed, all you guys that are watching. You guys are awesome. You give me the energy and the desire to continue on, and we will be following Stoneshard all the way until the end, until the game's out, until every stone, no pun intended, every stone is unearthed and flipped over. We will get through every nook and cranny of the game. But that was the one thing. I just see a lot of people online just complaining about the game not being finished, and I'm like, well, you got an early access game, so I don't know what you expected. I don't mind when I see the reviews, and the reviews are like, don't get this game yet. It has potential, but don't get it yet. It's not worth it. I can respect stuff like that. It's just when people are complaining like, this needs to be done already. It's like, bro, that's not really how development works. So, especially game development, I'd rather they take their time and get it right. So, but yeah, this is going to be a one of a kind. No sound other than the background music. Like I said, I think I did this on the first couple episodes which I actually privated at this point. I just have the Troll Slayer and Onwards videos. But yeah, thanks to all you guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of me sitting here for an additional 40 minutes after playing to record commentary that I stupidly did not record when I played. Probably would have been more interesting to see my thoughts while I was playing as opposed to kind of backseat and just rambling. But let me know what you guys think. If you have any problems with anything I said during the commentary, if you have any thoughts on what I said, I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate all the backseat gaming as well. Keep it up. If I don't respond, don't think that I didn't read it. I read all the comments, especially if you get a like, it's going to be, or a thumbs up, it's going to be from me. I appreciate all of y'all. So take it easy and have a good evening. Peace. せーのでもそん